Okay, let's go over a linear mapping mission with the DJI Mavic 3 Enterprise, okay? So I'm gonna set this down real quick and then we'll go over what that mapping mission looks like here and how to fly it. So set that right over there. Let's jump into the screen here. Let's go back, let's plan a brand new mission, okay? So we're gonna create a route, linear route. We're gonna set waypoints. And here we're just gonna follow this road that goes right by our office here. And we're gonna start way down here at the end of the road. And we've already flown a route, so it's showing my previous flight path. We have some, sorry for the noise, but we have some cell phone towers that are nearby. And so I went to go check to make sure that I remembered exactly how tall they are. They are 200 feet tall. So we're gonna make sure that we fly this well above 200 feet. And this road does a couple of turns. And because we're trying to go past those curves to have as straight of lines as we can that follow this road. And let's just end it on that one, okay? So what it's saying is it's gonna fly a zigzag route at 164 feet on both the left and the right extension, okay? So it's gonna give us 164 feet on either side of the center line of that waypoint that we just created. Now, I'm okay with that. Then we select our drone, we hit okay, and we're gonna hit our parameters. So the biggest thing is the GSD, or our flight altitude. 610 feet is way too high. So let's bank that down to 240, okay? And then we're gonna turn off elevation optimization. Let's zoom out a little bit to see what our map is doing. You can see we're not flying directly over the road. It's flying on both sides of the road, and it's doing 2 passes on both sides. So that's gonna give us a nice wide swath. And what you can see is that there's starting to be these segments. Segment 1, segment 2, segment 3, okay? We're gonna keep going. Flight direction will be parallel to center line. That just means it's gonna go down the center line. And if we go to advanced settings, we have our 80-70 overlap. We like a distance interval shot. And if we say include center line, then it's gonna fly directly over our road and then makes it where it only needs 3 passes. But we want to avoid flying over traffic. So we're going to fly on either side. Takeoff speed, we can probably speed that up a little bit to get to where we need to be, okay? So at this point, we are ready to fly this. We can go back into our flight settings again. You could do a single route. I like doing a zigzag route, and what that means is gonna break it up for us so that we can follow it. That way we stay within line of sight. Okay, when we're ready to fly the mission, we're going to go ahead and hit start. And what this does is it pops up this little dialog here and it lets you select which bands of the mission that you'd like to fly. Either that first segment, segment 1, 2, or 3, which it refers to as bands. So the bands that are in deep blue are the ones that it's going to fly. So if we don't want to fly band 1, we just deselect it. If we only want to fly band 2, we would deselect 3, and now the mission will start and only fly that second band. If we want to fly 2 and 3, which we're in a good position to do so, we're going to select 2 and 3. Again, they're blue, okay? And that's what's going to be flown. So with those 2 selected, we're going to hit run flight route. Should take about 8 minutes. We're not doing any RTK on this as a demonstration, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, as that first band is finished, or that second band, second segment is finished, it automatically loads that third segment and then kicks the drone into its start mode. So it loads it as a new waypoint mission, it shows up here, and it sends the drone to the new start point. So these two separated by about a quarter mile or so. And so what that's doing is now it's coming back down the length of it, and the second part, the third part of that leg, or the third band, is going to start kind of right above us and then take off that way. So that's how it's flying sequentially, these bands that you've selected on the previous flight. So if you've got one with, say, 7 or 8 bands and you're going to fly the first 2 or 3, you would select 1, 2, and 3. Just know that after 1 it's going to go to 2, after 2 it's going to go to 3, and so forth. You might have some time in there between these bands right here to stop it, change batteries before it starts the next band, whatever might be comfortable for you. But that's what we're doing here. So it's right above us now, and it's starting the third band right now. Okay, the drone's right above us again, and our battery's getting a little bit low, so now seems like a pretty good time to swap the batteries. So let's go ahead and pause the mission. We're going to fly the drone manually back to us since it's right above us. Not a tough ask right here. Let's bring it in for landing. And you hear right as we landed, it said task paused. And what that did is it saved our status in the map. I'm going to go ahead and simulate us changing a battery. I don't have another battery on me right now, but I'm going to power the drone completely down. We're going to wait until that last light stops blinking. The drone is completely powered down. We'll pull the battery out, simulating the swapping up of a new battery, and we'll power the drone back up. Okay.
Attitude mode.
I just hit a button whenever I think I hit the C1 button. I hope I didn't mess anything up. Okay. So I think we're ready to go again. And when we hit start to restart our mission, you can see it says restart or resume from breakpoint. Or you can even edit the breakpoint to maybe go back a little bit further to give you some overlap. So we're just going to hit resume from breakpoint, start, upload flight mission, and hit start again. So you see if we zoom in, it goes right back to that pause point that we had, that break point, goes right back to it and starts the task all over in that third band. So there it goes, it's taking off, and it's going to complete this band, which would be the completion of this mission if we'd have already flown band 1, and we'll bring it back and get into processing that data. So linear flight route, not that difficult, just understand how the bands work and how it's flying those different bands. Also beware of flying on the shoulders of the roadways. So, have any questions? Let us know. Thanks, guys.